Hello everyone, this is Anthony Francisco, and I'm gonna do this quick portfolio review for tonight. For the other people that I missed, if you're just joining me today, I am a visual development artist at Marvel Studios, and sometimes I do these quick portfolio reviews just to help people show me their work, and maybe I could help in some way. I also am doing this on my Discord, so I'm gonna pop in there right now. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Oh, there, I can hear you. Okay, cool. So I'm live now on my YouTube channel, and cool. So thank you, Maggie, for helping me out, with this. I think it's just us here right now, so it's easy for me to just take a look at your stuff. Yeah, your work and stuff. Thank you again for helping me.
Yeah, of course. I know it's hard to manage all these different people.
Yeah, it's and I really wanted to get through the other portfolio submissions because I didn't get to do it last time, but I think I'm learning that I have to like reset the whole thing, and kind of reopen the submission so it's easier for me to get one image from someone, But yeah, thanks again. Well, we're gonna take a look at your work, right? So that would be really cool. For the people out there that's about to watch the video, just to introduce Maggie, Maggie Chan. She's also costume illustrator, costume concept illustrator, right? That's what we're called now in the industry. So but anyway, I'm gonna start off. I just wanted to show my keyframe I did for WandaVision, Vision versus White Vision, and it's just something that I'm happy with. It's making the rounds in social media right now. Have you seen it, Maggie? Yeah. Thanks. Well, here it's easier now. I could like zoom in to show some of the details some people are noticing, because I had Oh, okay. Thanks for saying that. I am not video sharing on Discord. Let me share my screen real quick. There it is. There. Can you see it? Oh, why is it not loading? Screen. Let me try one more time. There. Cool. So yeah, I was gonna show, oops. Some of the details I was doing for this. There it is. Okay. There it is. So someone asked me hey Adam. What's up, Adam? Hey, how are you doing? Adam. Good. We just started. So this is Maggie, by the way. She's helping me out. I was just showing my keyframe for Vision versus White Vision. Someone asked me if I used photos in it, and I just wanted to answer that question now, and I do for this image specifically, because I needed to get some houses, but then even the debris, you can't see it that much because it's so small, but here I could zoom in pretty close, and even the Kirby crackle, I try to put that in there, So yeah, if you guys have any questions that I could answer before I start with Maggie's work first. I think this took a week or so. I think I was also designing White Vision here, and a little bit of just regular Vision, because we weren't sure yet, I think, if he was gonna have a new costume, um, and and the composition kind of changed a bit even during that week. So I have a feeling. What, Adam? Oh, I thought you were saying something. Ah, yeah. So yeah, I think it took about a week. But then with the revisions and stuff, I think it took a little bit longer. Um, I was on another project too at the same time, I think. But I had fun with this. I could like zoom in pretty close to the face. I still feel like, you know, yeah. I feel like I still missed some other details that I could have put in. And then even with, yeah. So yeah, I could then. So it's, so it's kind of cool to share this. I dropped some photos of cars here, but I had to paint this car because it was like I for some reason I felt like I needed a shape right there. The hardest part is like looking for the debris, um, and trying to distribute it all around. And some of it is just, just to show some texture. But when you look closer, it doesn't make that much sense. um, but I had to make sure that this, her magic, that you could feel like it's solid. It even casting shadows to make it feel like it's floating. Because in the beginning it was very graphic, just short. Man, no. This is all really just cut and pasted out of different photos, and then I look the background anyway. But the characters are all painted. Yeah, so they're, yeah. I didn't have. That's the hard thing. Sometimes you don't have reference for these poses, so I would just pose myself, you know, or watch a lot of it's either, I think I was watching Avenger. Oh no, Captain Marvel, Captain America, Civil War, and seeing how Vision was flying around, for reference, um, and Avengers: Age of Ultron. That's another one that I was watching, because I think Vision was, but he wasn't bent over like this guy. He was just a little more straight up, and he was blasting his laser on to, what's his name, Ultron. Yeah. So yeah. Do you have any more questions about this or anything? Anything else? This is really. It's. I feel like it's been a while since I presented something, but it hasn't. It was just 2 weeks ago, right? I was in the other core CG core, looking at people's stuff. Oh yeah, that's a good point you're saying. I just remembered I was gonna show that rule of thirds thing. Um, that is not always used like a. I mean, it's just a rule of thumb, but I use it a lot. Okay, so here, if you divide in three, you could tell I'm really putting their focal points of their heads a little closer to the intersections. and even how even where this beam kind of almost hits him here, there's another focal point there, and I was putting these characters kind of closer to the intersections. I don't know why, what the explanation is, why your eye kind of lingers in this area more, these areas. But then I also use this like a frame, you know, within that. And then this little rhythm, I'm trying to keep things going in a circle, almost like a spiral down. That's what I was trying to do here. I was trying to get your eye to come in here and then look at his face and kind of spiral down this way, so that eventually, hopefully, you see these guys fighting down here.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. It reminded me of that perfect.
Isn't it? Yeah, the golden ray. That's the one. Yes. That's like perfect triangle. Exactly. No, just, that's the golden ratio. Wasn't it also called the golden mean or something like that? Maybe that's really. Yeah. Golden tetrahan, something like that to another. Cool. Yeah. Ah. You know, that's a really interesting question, because sometimes you can see it in your mind already how things are gonna happen, um, but I do like setting myself up with the rule of thirds first. You know, just have that ready here, and okay, that's where I want my focal point to be here, and then I go from there and then start doing the values first, like like your eye goes to your focal point where there's a lot of small shapes and a lot of contrast. So it's almost like there's this small shape and then this black shape and then this high contrast with this dark on this light. So I know I'm gonna put it all here for this guy because that's the first place I want you to look at, because that's what I thought the action should be, because it's he's attacking first and then he's evading. But I do it sometimes differently, just because you want to experiment. But if I'm in a rush, and I have to get this done quickly, I just stick to what's already working, you know. But sometimes it gets boring, you know. You're like, nah, I don't want to do it that way. Let me try something different, and it's fun. But then if you're running out of time, it's hard to, you know. Yeah, but definitely for this one, as I'm working on it, would you say it is really kind of, I think you got it right, because sometimes it just becomes organic, like this spiral going down. I was working on this. I couldn't understand why I couldn't get the rhythm for you to look down there, so I even put these lines right here just so I could put an arrow to these characters. But still, people don't really notice that becomes your second read, I guess. It even feels like there's this big shape, kind of like a bowl, you know, trying to intersect down here, but this is not quite in the main focal point of it. But yeah, it was hard until I started trying to get this rhythm, this spiral to go down, and then that was working a little bit better. So like these little lighting stuff wasn't here yet, and I was trying to get the contrast between this dark and this light, and trying to see how I could have that there, but without competing up here, it was really actually really fun to figure this stuff out. Hopefully it kind of works. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it does, but after a while you look at it again and oh, okay, maybe it does, and people seem to like it. But I I need to. I still feel like this could be finished even more. It's just it's like how can I? Maybe I could go into this and detail them up more. Like I was even thinking I should do that. Like go really deep into it, and you could actually see their faces. I was gonna do that one point. I was like, why am I doing that? It isn't. It's unnecessary, but it could be cool. Yeah, it's like you redid the piece like 20 times, 20 different finished pieces already you could have had. Um, but yeah, even there's a little detail back here that production wanted. Mary, our producer, said she wanted to see the edge of her magic. You know, like there was no house here. I just put a house there. I looked for the right angle. It's like it's so empty there. It's so hard to explain. Like even this light shape going into this, I had to put this tree here. This tree isn't here just so his arm wouldn't compete with that light of that road hitting it this way.
Somebody in the YouTube said that the mics are low.
Oh, the mics. Okay.
FYI.
Okay. Thanks for that. Maybe I put my mic closer. How about this? I wonder if this is okay. Oh, maybe I think I know why. Let me increase the volume of my. Maybe that's better.
It's fine on my end, but
Oh, in YouTube? Are you looking?
yeah, on the YouTube comment,
Oh, okay.
the mics are low.
Hopefully now it's better. Yeah, that would suck if you can't hear anything. Remember my first one I did here? It had no sound. It's like,
Oh, he said that it's actually mine and Adam's mic is low. He said your Anthony's mic is high.
oh, okay.
Hold on, because I'm not on a desktop. I'm stuck on my iPad, so that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
My face is not the closest, so I'm trying to find headphones.
Oh, okay. This is cool. Thanks again for joining me. It's already 17 minutes past 7. Maybe I should take a look at your work already. you know, you're just having too much fun talking. You know,
It's a rarity you get to do it, right?
yeah, it's I should have been doing this more often last year when it was COVID, just hanging out and talking to people. And I had done it once, I think, during Halloween, and I couldn't use the video because I didn't have the desktop audio being recorded, so everything anybody was saying I couldn't hear. You know, uh, it,
Oh,
yeah, and there's some really good stories because we were talking about scary stories.
I remember that one. I had to tune out because I got so scared.
Yeah,
Everything.
yeah, that was fun. Oh man, but this Halloween maybe another we could do something like that. Um, so I'm gonna look.
Brother,
Yep.
brother, you gotta let me know if you do that because horror is very much my
Yeah. Oh, Maggie, you have to add him. I met him in Lightbox. Like, was that 2 years ago? And
first one.
yeah, the first one, the very first one, of course. And he does really great, like scary. Like he actually builds the costumes too. So eh, yeah. And Maggie works as a costume concept costume illustrator in the industry too. Yeah. So both of you are industry professionals, actually.
Likewise.
Yeah. At
Probably more professional than I am. What do you
Oh yeah, that's
I
that's what I did. And Adam gave me this really cool mask. It's so awesome. I still have it. Of course, I'll still have it, but I should show it off a little bit next time. um, yeah. So I want to ask you guys, what have you been up to past 3 months? Past-
has to be.
yeah, New Year. It's a new.
Oh yeah. With COVID, you lose track of the month. So I'm like, what was the last 3 months here?
Oh yeah.
And nothing too crazy. I mean, I'm still working my day job. Thank God I got one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Still doing the nothing not related, unfortunately, but I've been doing a mentorship. It's been helping out a lot
Oh, awesome.
with art. And then I recently jumped back into playing music. I'm celebrating 20 years playing the cello this year. So,
Wow, that's crazy. That's so cool.
and since moving to LA, it's been really tough to find the time. But this last month, I've kind of been going nuts with it. So it's good to get back in the band, and hopefully next year get back into doing some more prop fabrication, costume builds, that sort of thing. So pretty good, pretty good. So little
Yeah.
stress, but hopefully they all add up.
Yeah. Yeah. I just took Rad School How to School or something like that. Seacrest, he's an animator. He created Kipo. He had some classes I took for how to make music. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, just like cause he had a Dab. I forget his last name, but his nickname's Dab. He's like a Emmy award winner or Grammy. Sorry, the music is Grammy, and he was teaching a class, which just was so awesome. I just learned how to put a song together. How many bars to a song and stuff I didn't know at all. I never did music. So, but I just wanted to learn because I'm still working on my own show. I guess my own IP, and I just wanted to see if I could dabble a little bit of music, see if I could write some songs or something. But again, that's just something on the side I want to try. You know. Uh,
Everything informs everything else with art, Also, if you ever need a cellist, shoot at me up.
oh man, that would be awesome. Well, now I know. Well,
Awesome.
well, here is Maggie's Instagram. I should show you. Let me also open Adam's Instagram.
I've been on a bit of a leave of absence from social media. This is a little
Yeah.
fresh for my brain, so not the most recent things up there, but
Oh, these are cool though.
so
There's new stuff I haven't seen. Oh, that's cool. The last one I think was this sketch. Um, this is cool.
Yeah, that one's really cool.
It's really cool. I actually really like. I've told you this already, Adam. Right? I really like your logo. It's
thank you.
it's always been cool to me. Yeah, I'll start with Maggie. First. Maggie, these are cool too. This is new. You just posted this up. Is there
Um,
an image here you wanted me to look?
well, I guess my question is actually, do you think I should ask you about one that I'm having trouble with, or one that are more complete? Getting your feedback, I guess.
Oh, it depends. I mean, no, whichever you want. I mean, we have some time, I think.
Okay. I guess.
You want me to look at it overall first?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, these are already cool. So I like these different versions you have. That's cool. I think, I mean, yeah. I mean, you have your older ones. I could tell
Yeah.
the older ones, right? Because your newer ones, I think, as a suggestion, you should probably take out your older ones because you have like better stuff. You know, yeah, take out your older ones.
Okay.
uh, that's cool. Legally Blonde. That's cool. You worked on that.
No, I was just like a fan concept that I had.
Yeah, like
But I
these.
wanted to do a different style.
Yeah, like these are really strong. I think. I think the only thing you can add to your portfolio, if you want to, of course, another push to be more just how do you say this? Because these are like costumes that you could possibly see already that's more on the realistic side, and then maybe fantastical ones is the only thing you're missing here, I think.
Oh, okay.
You know, like this is getting to that realm already. I think that's one thing you need, and of course some superhero stuff would be good. So if ever there's an opening at Marvel or something, or like if you have this one feels like it's gonna be fantastical, but you probably need to go into these arms and just research a little bit more to make it feel more mechanical. Like
Yeah,
more technology.
that one I've been struggling with for so long because
Ah,
it's based off of the spider demons in Journey to the West, and
oh,
like the concept. If I explain to you, then maybe you can give me some feedback.
yeah. Do you want to do this? We'll do this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So the concept is that they're in 1930s like Shanghai where they own a brothel house, and that's where they kind of lure their victims
Oh, wow.
to basically prey on their blood. And there's a monk that if they eat him, they'll become immortal. So they're disguising themselves as humans, but like if you zoom in, you can kind of see that I put like they're like bead-like on her face, but their eyes. So and then the idea was I couldn't. Maybe I need to do a back view because I want it when her legs are down. It kind of looks like the costume is draping like a beaded draped cape in the back.
Yeah.
Down.
Is is she does she have to be? It sounds like she'll have two looks. One that's the crazy spider mother look, and and just the regular brothel girl look. That's what it feels like to me. Um,
And then the other thing that I couldn't get across was the fur shawl is actually, they're all made, it's made of daddy long legs. So I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of people
Daddy.
and they see like a fur ball in like a little crevice, but when they poke at it, it's like all these like tons, like millions of spiders like scattered out.
Oh,
So that's what the fur coat is supposed to be, but I don't know how to like, I don't know. I don't know how to add that into, or I just don't know how to make the costume, the entire concept stronger.
yeah. Yeah, I see. I'm just gonna see. I don't know if what I'm gonna do is correct, but I feel like even though you feel it's kind of weak, but if we maybe adjust the pose or something or lighting, maybe we could make it feel stronger, even though the whole idea is not there yet. Let me see if this is gonna work.
I love that you're referencing those videos, by the way.
Those are awful to look at. I had to look at so many spider images for research.
That's cool. Now you know everything about spiders.
A little bit too much.
No such thing. No.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's really beautiful actually. And then there's another super rare spider that was discovered to look exactly like a purple jewel, a purple and gold jewel. It's really, it's crazy.
Man, I gotta see that.
Oh,
You know, she'll feel more intense if she's there, uh, and then you could even have her arms opening the drapes. You know,
oh,
just opening it, and then maybe behind her is someone that's dead already or something. Like
yeah.
like her arms are opening his back. His back skin of his back is open. You know,
Right.
yeah. Let me see. Because your painting's pretty cool already. Just maybe there's a. So this is one idea. Of course, this will probably require more painting. And then, yeah, and then even these cobwebs could be in the background, maybe a little bit more, but they could just see it connecting to people at the back hanging upside down or something.
Oh, that's a good note. Yeah.
Yeah, upside down here. And then you don't really see it. You just see like until they look and then they see like little. And then you could have the other girls in the brothel just sitting down, you know, on something and her mouth's open, the blood just dripping into her mouth. I don't know, maybe that's too gruesome, but you don't see it right away. Also, another thing you could do is have her hanging on the ceiling. You know, like maybe she. Let me see if I could do this right. I mean, I shouldn't be doing it this way because this will take a while to do. But maybe because then if she's hanging on the ceiling and then you got this nice because you're saying her dress is like spider webs, you're trying to make that feel like that. Is
Yeah,
that
like I researched that there's a golden spider that like actually spins, like you can make clothing out of, which is crazy.
yeah, I was just
So
thinking.
far I didn't see that, but I think it looks too thick to be look like spider webs.
I'm just thinking if she was hanging upside down, then the dress would kind of go downwards. Then this could feel like spider webs, the dress, you
Oh,
know. But I don't know how that this is becoming more of an illustration that could be. Uh, of course, this is really rough. I just wonder if I could. I wonder if it'll work if I did it this way. And same thing, she's opening, you know, she's opening the curtains, but this time she's like upside down and maybe her hand is coming towards you. Then this will feel more dynamic, right?
uh-huh.
Like that.
Do you think it's worth trying to, I guess, like rework it into more of it looking like a keyframe?
I would, since the story sounds so cool. Here's my rule of thirds. I'm checking if I have it somewhere. Um, but it doesn't. I guess it doesn't quite apply to this because I'm just feeling it out right now. This was what? Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna ask what the source story was. I know you said it already, but
Oh, it's from Journey to the West. It's a
oh,
really
okay.
famous Chinese, like based off of you know the Monkey King, right?
Yeah, I know the title of that story, but I did not know that it involved this particular character. So I just knew that it was the Monkey King.
Yo, you might love it because there's so many different, like a lot of the stuff that you saw earlier in my on my website. They're all based off of Journey to the West. And there's a bunch of demons.
Oh, so say no more.
Yeah. Now I have to watch it. I know I watched it before, but I
Yeah.
can't remember. But anyway, that was another idea for you to try. But this is the simplest way. Is this way and closer to you, and you can see the designs better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Is that good? Cool. I mean, there's
Yeah,
still.
yeah, no, very helpful because I think one of the critiques that my husband always gives me is honestly like my poses are too museum like, not dynamic.
Oh, I see.
But then I'm like, but then costume designers will complain that you can't see the costume. So
That's true. That is a struggle sometimes because even with some of my characters, you want it to feel dynamic, but you have to see the costume too. Just like that keyframe, I still had to show off his costume. Um, but you can still make this more dynamic, right? By making one side come closer to us than the other side. Like show off the perspective a little bit more. And one quick way to test that out is to go distort and then just like kind of push one side further away like that, or even just trying oops. I would copy paste that in another layer, right? So it's another layer, so I could see if I move that here and then oops, put the rotation here and then like that, kind of just to test it out.
yeah, for sure. I'm actually taking Kevin Chen's anatomy class right now, and like one of the struggles that I've always had was like my poses were too stiff, so I'm
Yeah.
trying to like push anatomy further.
Yeah,
Um,
that is the hardest part, is to get that rhythm. I think one way you could do it is just to try to get your mind to say, you know what, I'm just gonna see how this feels, instead of just, oh, I'm gonna make this the best I could make it. No, just go. It's not. I'm allowing myself to experiment and see how this would feel after I put it down. And if you allow yourself to push it, like this rhythm, this is what I'm thinking. Like this rhythm, does it go here? Where does it go back on top? If I, so because if I just did this straight line and does it feel like weird? Or if this arm goes here, if I did like a curve, does it lead my eye right to her face? Does this, because there's I think Kevin, we learned this from Associates of Art. There's like, is that 3 lines? There's a straight, a curve, and then an S curve. I think like that, right? Yeah. Yeah. So I use that a lot. Another thing that I use a lot is a what do you call this? I think it's from what is it? Andrew Loomis, where this is. Let me. Like you have the hips, the shoulders, but then the neckline, there's this rhythm that goes to the hip from here, like this, right? Yeah, yeah. That one's like helps me align. Then the rib cage here, and then
oh, okay.
so this center line also. Make sure you know where your center line is. So then this kind of like the abstraction. there's also another way when you're copying a pose and you want to see if they call it the envelope idea or something like that. It's so old. Like, these concepts I've learned are so old already. I don't remember exactly how to teach it. But even testing it out this way, like seeing if there's a nice rhythm, so that's what I'm trying to get at. So if I take your thing again and I put it up here, and like, how far can I push that hip? Center line, it goes straight down like this, or if I exaggerate, I could make it curve here. So if that's the center line, how far would the hip go, and how like, how dynamic can I make this pose? Then after you do this, kind of sketch on top of it, and then you adjust everything underneath. That's what I forgot to do here when I was adjusting it. I didn't show you what was in my head. I just started moving the pieces, but this was in my head. The clothes line, I guess, that I'm hanging all these pieces from. Cool.
Great. I always forget because I wasn't taught formally. So this is like, I feel like I'm relearning, or I'm like learning foundations all over, and it's helping though, because now I'm able to see like exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Helpful.
It's hard sometimes. I still forget, while I'm doing it. I go, there's something wrong with this. I don't know what it is. And then as I, that's why I'm saying that it's the fear of like changing stuff, because I work so hard on it already. I don't want to change it anymore,
Yes, yes.
But really, what?
What's that saying? Kill your babies, something like that.
Yeah.
Never get back there.
Yeah, be willing to change it when you see there's a way to make it better. So this is so rough, but that I'm showing you, but at least you're kind of seeing where I'm trying to get this rhythm line. So now, since I moved her whole body kind of this way, I need to move. Sorry, it's so rough, but I have to repaint everything after I get the right position. And this foot probably should be facing that way. There, and then I got that. Got the center line. Now I feel like I could do like a quick warp. Oh no. Could do a liquefy. Of course, I'm doing this really rough. Normally, I try to keep everything in layers, properly. Is that helping? Like, you're seeing how it,
A lot.
yeah. So like how it's getting to, and then from presentation wise, now this is how I would like to see it presented. And then you feel the environment more, and you see her whole costume, and that face is really well done already. So it's almost like, okay, get all that cool feeling throughout the whole body. Cool. So there's one. I'm gonna. Was there any questions for this one more? I'll give you the file if you need it, if you want it. It's so rough.
Helpful because at least just with the changes you made, it made the pose more dynamic than it was.
And you want to always do this to check. You want to do this, everything black, step back and just see it. Does that feel intense, or does it feel like, and then go like this? Okay, it's pretty clear. You could see the body, right?
Yeah.
even here you could still see the shapes.
Yeah.
But that's because you painted it really well, you know. And yeah, so there. Um, cool. Okay.
There is somebody that just joined, trying to see if he can get a portfolio review from you.
Think
Welcome.
is that
Hi.
hi
Um,
hi Toto. I don't know if we'll. So sorry. I only have an hour, and I will look at Adam's stuff first, and if you still have some time, maybe I could look at your stuff.
Absolutely no
So
problem.
yeah. So
Totally enjoy.
oh no. Well, were you able to sign up from last time? Because I'm trying to get people that signed up from last time. But thanks. Awesome, awesome. I'll check it out. I'm also doing this tomorrow, so um, uh,
Yeah, no problem. Take your time. I'm not in any rush.
awesome. Thanks for joining us, though.
Thanks for doing this.
So, Adam, was there something?
Not particularly. I think that if you go to my bio, there's a link to
Oh,
my
okay, cool.
which is more of like the finished stuff rather than just a mishmash of everything.
Uh, portfolio.
Yep.
Cool. Cool. This is what I'm talking about. This is the stuff he does. It's so cool.
Started doing cosplay and then was moving more towards original concepts and whatnot. So
That's awesome. Look at that mask. That's so cool. Oh man, Adam, I'm gonna I'm planning to do a short, like a horror film short. Maybe we could collaborate if you want.
there.
Awesome.
I am there. Smart.
I, I'm still writing it, but yeah, it'll be cool. Man, this is I I remember looking through this, but I remember this. I remember this. This is cool. This is so cool. I love these little details you have making the teeth gold. Is- This I this whole section down here, I almost want to see a mask with this color palette and these little rune type things for the whole thing. For the whole thing.
You want one?
No,
We can make more.
yeah. Well, I don't wanna impose. I mean, if maybe you could reserve it for the short horror film once we do it. Oh, that was a version of it. That's cool. Anyway, let's.
Custom order.
That's cool.
Then the 2D stuff is on the
Oh, here it is.
side. Creatures and characters.
Creatures and characters. Cool. Have you tried because of COVID, I don't know how special effects companies are doing. Have you tried applying to Rick Baker's or any of those places?
Rick Baker. I don't think Rick Baker Studio is around anymore.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's how far I am now.
Say la vie. But I just submitted some stuff to TVOEI.
Oh yeah.
I heard that they were starting to do, I think it's a Predator TV show or something.
Oh,
I
cool.
have another friend who works over at Onyx Forge, Steve Wang's shop.
Yeah, Steve Wang. He's
So
cool.
just staying in touch with them.
There's another one, right? Sorry, my phone keeps on. How about shoot, I forgot. Eddie Yang's studio. Have you tried his studio too?
I'm not familiar with them.
He's the same time as I met him in Rick Baker's when I was working there, and him and uh shoot, him and I'm forgetting names, but I'll find out the name of the studio. Maybe I could give it to you, and you could try applying there too. He's pretty cool. He's an old school guy too, been around for a while. Eddie Yang.
Yeah, with the pandemic, it was rough on the actual effects houses, so I know that more just in the last month that they've been allowed to open up again.
Yeah, you definitely should be working in creature shops for sure. Have you done ZBrush yet, or have you been trying to learn ZBrush?
It's been on my list for God knows how long.
I think
I would even not want to do it
I
yet, but it's something I'm trying to get to this year because I'm also working on my own IP.
yeah.
Hoping to
Oh.
incorporate some of that on top of the costume stuff.
Yeah, because you definitely, if you did that, I think you'd be able to get more design work, with ZBrush. That's a little faster, I think, for a creature designer like you. You need that. Was there something in here that you wanted me to look at, or because they're all looking cool?
Thank you. Not in particular. You kind of caught me by surprise. I've been trying to focus, so
Yeah, sorry.
in the background there, right? Nice, nice.
Yeah, just join us for no.
No, no,
Uh,
that's fine. So, yeah,
well,
as I said, I didn't really have anything in particular.
oh, okay.
If you wanted to, give someone else a chance, I'm fine with that as well.
Oh, yeah, cool, cool. All right,
Whatever's beneficial to them.
I'll look at 12 toe then. 12 toe stuff. 12 toe. Do you have an image you want me to look at? I just put it on the uh, portfolio chat.
So this was a design that I did a little while ago.
Ah, cool. Cool. Okay. I'm trying to get better with my portfolio reviews. I was in another Discord called CG Core, and my friend Gabriel really had it down. The way he had all these people, but he was feeding me all the artwork, and I was doing it wrong before. I didn't warn people to choose one image beforehand, so it's faster. Yeah. Yeah, it really helps me get through to more people. Cool. Is this what's your story behind this?
So basically,
Look.
this was part of it was a start of a project that explored kind of the landscape of how a landscape can affect, or how
Environment.
dreams can affect your environment in like a surreal way. Like how the stages of sleep
Oh,
can
cool.
affect the environment. And I kind of wanted like a character to navigate this place. And I thought what could be cool is that what if this character was based on actual biology? He had equipment
Yeah.
based on, in this case, is a neuron. And so he has equipment that kind of receives information and he can kind of send information that is kind of mimics the way that a neuron is structured.
Connects in the brain, something like that, right?
Yes,
Like how.
exactly. So you can interface with like other factories that mimic like protein production or whatever. And he's kind of navigating these landscapes, kind of changing things like that.
And he's in the dreamscape to help people, or what's he doing?
He's like the main character that kind of has.
What's his mission? I mean.
I haven't gotten that far.
Oh.
I'll be honest. I was kind of more setting up the environment.
I see. Yeah, having a little bit of story from him, I guess, would help his try to guide his costume a bit, but it does feel like it's like what do you call this, the cell in a way. That's the first thing. I know your story probably is not going to be like that, but if he was, what is he doing? I'm thinking of TV shows, right? Is he an investigator of dreams? Is he
I would say the purpose of neurons is to transmit information from one place to another. But the main, I guess,
Yeah, it's fine.
There's nothing
Well,
serious.
this is the good part about doing this is we're almost like brainstorming, right? The questions I'm asking you is just so you could think of it some more, and there's no wrong answer, of course. This is just like workshopping an idea, even your design. Like the first thing I did here is just to make the background simplify the background a little bit more, to set it up for that dreamscape that you're saying. And it sounds really cool to me to that you have all this research and these themes that you have in this this theme right here. What did I do? This thing. I think I want to see how I could get this in his costume some more, you know. How do I do that? So it's like live. You're watching me live, kind of talk to myself on how I could kind of improve on it. Maybe he comes out from the real world and all these things are connected to his back or something, you know. And then once he gets in there, it detaches, and then when he's moving through the environment, you don't see like you don't see the whole thing anymore, and it's just like, sorry, sometimes my brain wants to say so much stuff and I can't say it. Like and then it detaches once he's deeper in. You know, so this is so I could show that he's so I how do you say, so I could keep with that theme while he's traveling in the dream world. So it's just a thought process, like, well, what if it's also here behind his feet? So now, while keeping what you already have, maybe I could adjust it so there's a place for this to come out of through his back. And now I'm just looking at function, how he could move his shoulders. Maybe maybe I could have a little more what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, but these little things like spacing between the shoulders so you could actually raise your arm up. But you're right, it's flexibility. There's a term, I forgot the term. And you have these harnesses. Maybe you could break up the harness shape a little more. Maybe the harness could also go up here. Like trying to find a cool I guess shape for the harness. I'm just testing out stuff if it will look better this way, or if the harness also went inside and then out the other end here, so it's not just one solid shape. Then just check from far away. Does that feel better? It's all like testing out. What if it was white? What if the harness was white? Would that feel better? Like there's an option for that. That's looks like it could look cool.
Anthony,
Yeah.
a minute left before 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay. I'll probably go over like 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and then we could shut down after. Thanks for reminding me. Does that? Do you have any other questions? 12 toes? Is that how I should call it?
No, my name is Brayden.
Braden. Okay, cool.
Um, I mean, I guess the biggest thing is like, this guy kind of needs a little more, what's the word, like an archetype to kind of drive a lot of the motivations behind
Yeah.
costuming. I think that could definitely help.
It will definitely help, but at the same time, you have a really cool idea of how he could travel this world, and just by saying that to me, I thought of coming up with this, this thing connected to his back, but then now you have to kind of design that little techno thing on his back that could even be shaped like a brain, even, and yeah, that could be some reference you could have for that. I really like this white one though. This one's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Like a astronaut suit.
Yeah. I'm just also trying to see how this fits in. I almost want to see this blue for some reason. And this is just all going with the feeling now. I'm just trying to see if there's a way to harmonize it. Now I'm just trying to group it, see if I could group it with the value a little bit better. Also, another thing I'm thinking of is how do I get these shapes to kind of make your eye go to the head where most of the small shapes are, right? And that becomes your focal point. That's another thing I'm thinking of, but I do want to break this part up because it feels like he's not quite futuristic, right? It almost feels like a retro suit.
Yeah, like there's some utility, like real world utility mixed with like this neuron functionality of like equipment on his back. If like this landscape is changing or it's unpredictable, then it's
Yeah. I like the ideas though, it's really cool. Just seeing how I could improve what you already have in just terms of design. Yeah.
definitely see what you're trying to do. Yeah, like stepping away from the traditional artists and then something like
Yeah, because the idea is all there. I'm trying to see how I could make this utility costume feel a little bit more, I guess, realistic, like you've seen in real life. But trying to be creative with the harness shapes. Now, this is what I do sometimes. I would duplicate the image because I need to see this other version that's in my head now. So see that. I would probably work on the pose a little bit more, but we're running out of time. I just need to see if I took this out. So I'm putting it on the right side because I'm on my Cintiq and my keyboard's on the left side of the Cintiq, so it's hard to draw on the other side. Okay, here, let me see. Yeah, so I have to put it on this side. I wanted to do this. If this one went all the way over to the other side like this. Yeah, like an asymmetrical piece if that looks good. And then the belt, if I raise it up a little, Oops. It's my brush. Let's see. No. I wonder if the harness could go up here. Then I could follow through this to the shoulder.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Maybe that could be an option. But I think the initial design you already had, I'm just doing like a version of it that could possibly work. This is a little harder because I'm trying to see how. Your concept is cool, by the way, just to let you know. So that's why it's a little bit more difficult to make sure I don't lose it because I like it, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I love this little I don't know what you call these, like this little, yeah, this little bumps, ridges.
Like, yeah, like a thermal.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is called. It's called something.
Yeah, I almost want to see that go all the way across. And then maybe, let me see if I could raise the belt a little higher. There is. I'm getting the balance a little bit better. But if the pants, I always try to figure out the proportion of everything. Because I'm so used to Marvel. At Marvel, it just has to feel more like a real person proportion. And this actually helps me a lot when I'm like not quite getting it yet, what's wrong with it, and it turns out it's just the pose is affecting my design. Yeah, it happens sometimes, but
I guess it's one of the things that I don't want to keep this any longer. I want to respect the time.
oh, thank you so much.
I
The-
guess it's like the difficult part is like trying to showcase the costume while expressing their character.
Yeah.
Lacks at the moment, like he doesn't. Yeah, that needs to be more defined, and that would help his posing, I guess.
Yeah, it's getting there. I think just have to push his chest out a little bit more there. Now it's by the way, down here, the legs here, this came out pretty cool. So it's like I like that design you have for in the legs, and I want to like echo that up here a little bit more. So if you should probably, but the white version that you had, that one was looking cool already too. You should have that. I would suggest for you to kind of finish designing that one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because this is, it just feels like what you're telling me, the story you're telling me. It just feels like this suit fits in that world more. And So there. So that's kind of like the pose that could help, I guess, make him feel more of a hero. Also, one more thing. I like these little details down here, and I don't want to lose that. I almost want to follow through that underneath, because that could be part of the tech,
Yeah, no, all that difference.
It's tech. Cool. I'm glad. And then of course you should have your color dodge. This for the end, of course. You don't do this right away, but just to give an idea.
Hey Anthony, Hal from YouTube wants to ask you, is it so when you're showing a portfolio to like someone like you,
Yeah.
is it okay to show like their thinking process with like sketches, so that it's not like super cleaned up like what we normally see? Is that okay?
For me, yes, but for work, you probably don't want to show it unless they ask you, because it should all be in your design. Like this is a perfect example. I could put all the ideas here, could all be in this one design, and then you just have 3 versions beside each other to show all of that, all of these ideas. But once they bring you in for the interview, then you could show them this stuff, like, oh, this is what I'm thinking when I'm doing this. Just like how I'm sorry, what was your name again? 12 Toes. Brayden. This is the kind of stuff I like to hear, knowing that you're a designer, now you're just trying to practice your craftsmanship to catch up with your ideas, so yeah, I have to say great job on the ideas for this. Just I guess next time you should have a story, and then you could make your own, like a short film or something with these it's cool.
No, I really appreciate taking the time to look at it.
Man. All right. So I guess I could post this somewhere if you want the layered version of this, Brayden. I'll post it. I'll put it in like in a Dropbox or email it or something. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed it. I know I have to go soon, but we probably have to shut down soon. Cool. Was there any final questions or anything else, Maggie, Adam, or Brayden?
Not that I see from YouTube or Discord.
Okay, cool. So, well, I guess we have to end this now. And again, thank you guys for being here and helping me out with this. And I always have a fun time, like helping and looking at everyone's work. So it was a good session.
Thank you so much.
Thank-
Thank you.
Thank you again, guys. Thank you so much. We'll be back again tomorrow. I don't know what else to say. I feel like I want to hang out more, but I do have to go.
No worries. Have a good night, Anthony.
All right. Good night. Thanks, guys. See you guys. Good night. Bye.